We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another episode of the Farmcast, but more specifically, another episode of the Farmcast talking NFL. Week 4 in the books, going on 5. Before you know it, we're going to be halfway done with this season. We're getting there. Now some of the hunches become more factual, and, we're starting to see who the real from the fake. But Fenner, you had something you wanted to say or tell us?
Yeah, well, it's more of a question, I guess. So
Okay.
all the stuff that's been going on in the news the last day or two, I guess, with Facebook.
Yeah.
Anybody really explained Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever? Can one of you guys do you guys have any idea really what's going on with it? I have no clue. All I know is my grandma was very upset that she couldn't message me on Facebook, so she had to FaceTime me about that yesterday.
I think I don't think anything's down anymore. I think that.
No, I think it's all up now.
Yeah. But I know today it may have already happened, but there's going to be some congressional hearings about Facebook's. They had a whistleblower, so the whistleblower essentially said that Facebook basically looked at their own analytics and made the active choice to allow people to spread a whole ton of misinformation because it was more profitable to have people on Facebook being angry and arguing all the time rather than actually doing like what Twitter would do and mark things for misinformation and take things down. So that's kind of what's at the core of it.
Is that why it went down yesterday?
I have no idea.
So What I've heard is that the reason why their internal software, their workers couldn't talk to each other, it sounds like the hack was planned because then the closest people in there can scrub it. It's very illegal, but who cares? Facebook's going to break whatever law they want. But it sounds like it was a very planned hack so they could scrub whatever evidence they had against them. So yeah, pretty crazy.
Because Facebook really doesn't have too much to be worried about when they have 95-year-old senators asking them about Finsta.
They also,
I did see that.
Yeah. 11 of the 12 congressmen or whoever are here in this hearing, Facebook pays them off for their campaigns. So it doesn't matter either way. They're going to get away with whatever they want to do. So
love it.
Yeah. So that's Facebook for
capitalism, baby.
Right. Exactly.
You know what's never rigged? Football.
Exactly. Never.
True.
Never.
Which, hey, perfect transition because so getting into what we learned from this week, there's kind of two things, and I'm gonna go with the first one because after watching Sunday Night Football, I think right now, at least for this season's sake, Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback. He sure looks like it, at least right now. He's in the best situation, but He was pretty good, and he's not throwing against the best secondary, but he might be leader for Rookie of the Year right now.
I think it's Jamar Chase.
I guess, but they always look to find a reason to give a quarterback it.
I like Mac Jones. We are a Mac Jones podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
2/3 of Mac Jones podcast.
Calling Mac Jones the best rookie quarterback is like saying he's the most polished turd. I mean, at the end of the day, They all stink.
I don't know. Mac Jones had a good game. That was a good game.
He played better than Tom Brady.
Yeah. If you want a 1-to-1, yeah, literally.
I think that raised a bigger question, though, of what's going on in Tampa Bay, because that defense is especially their secondary
banged up.
Shit, is it bad?
Yeah. Yeah. If they don't have that, I really don't think that they can make a push for the Super Bowl if that defense if it doesn't get healthier or better, and maybe not both. But
and then you got to remember, last year they were the luckiest team in the league by a country mile when it came to injuries. They were so healthy, and if they don't get any of that back this year, I don't think they have the depth to go on another run like that.
No, I agree completely. They are really starting to show that they're going to win a lot still. They're going to probably get 13 wins or something like that. But they do look hurt. Maybe everything gets together towards the end of the season. It probably could, knowing like Tom Brady runs, but right now I think there's good evidence of them not being this NFC favorite.
No,
So
I don't even. Not even close.
Like you brought up Jamar Chase as Rookie of the Year. Do you think Najee Harris is in that conversation?
I think so.
I think he has to be. Yeah. I mean, I think those two have been the two best rookies by far.
Najee, Jamar, and Mac Jones. I think that's pretty much where it stands. I think those are the big three.
Okay, but I think we gotta like separate stat lines from actually playing well, because a lot of what Najee's stats are coming up with is at the end of the game, it's just Big Ben is way too, like, they're defending downfield in like a prevent at the end of the game because they're always down. So instead of Big Ben actually attacking the defense, he just keeps dumping it to Najee Harris. Like, I don't feel like, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but in like real life, he hasn't really done anything.
In real life, he doesn't have an offensive line to run behind.
That's fine, but all I'm saying is I don't think you can really, I don't really see him in that Rookie of the Year conversation right now, because I think all of his stats have been 100% empty calories.
Tell that to the the Rookie of the Year voters. I don't think they're going to listen to you. I think they'll be like, stats are good.
Well, that's because fantasy's king. But
yeah,
I don't see it. I don't like. I think Jamar Chase is having a much better rookie year than like Najee Harris.
Would he put Mac Jones number 2 then? I think Mac's going to take it
number 2.
Yeah.
I honestly, I do think
the betting odds right now. I'm gonna take a look here.
I agree with Zach. It does, if it continues like the way it is. Well, if it continues the way it is, Jamar Chase might break some rookie records. But I feel like, when was the last time it was given to a non-quarterback?
Right, like Justin Jefferson was awesome last year, but again, Mac Jones is no Justin Herbert, so but even then, like if Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt, he's number 1 or 2. Like, they're always looking for QB.
Yeah. Well, Justin Jefferson, what else could he have done? He broke Randy Moss's rookie receiving record.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He literally couldn't have done like anything more.
Anything more, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just looking right now. The only other non-quarterbacks that could maybe win it, I'd say Smith's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been really good, actually. Yeah.
He looks great.
I still, at the end of the day, think it's going to be a quarterback. And
so what are the betting favorites here?
So right now it's Mac Jones 1, Jamar Chase 2, Trevor Lawrence is 3.
Okay. Najee on there.
He is 6th.
Okay.
He's behind all the quarterbacks not named Zach Wilson. I
love that Zach Wilson's not even in that.
Depending on health of Jimmy Garoppolo, if Trey Lance gets the start this week, I think he's the guy. I think he gets Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, if he pops off, he'll certainly be on the best team for it. Yeah,
that's the big thing. He'll have the opportunity to get a bunch of wins, which as a quarterback, as a rookie, that's huge for the voters. So be able to rack up some wins, some flashy rushing touchdowns. I definitely think Trey Lance is going to be the guy, assuming he can actually start his NFL career this week.
Yeah. I just wonder if Shanahan's going to pull some big brain and put Jimmy G in once he's healthy.
Oh my God.
And I can see it happening. So that's why I think Mac Jones, and I still think I picked them as a wild card. I still think Patriots make playoffs. So I think that's enough to get Mac Jones it, which will be very funny. Mac Jones Rookie of the Year would be very funny.
Yeah. I do not see Patriots making playoffs
I don't know.
They don't have the look of a good team. They really don't.
I mean, they hung in there pretty damn close with the Super Bowl champions.
Listen, if there was ever one guy who knew how to defend Tom Brady, it was probably Bill Belichick. So I don't know how much to take away from that game. They played well. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
They also got absolutely smashed by the Saints last week, the week before, I should say, and they lost to the Giants. So I don't.
Packers got smashed.
By them. Yeah.
NFL's weird.
Yeah. NFL is weird.
The NFL is
weird.
I just don't see this like Mickey Mouse style offense working for the Patriots for 17 games.
I mean, maybe they open it up once Bill starts, or whoever.
Once he gets more comfortable in there, I could see this.
But open it up to who? I mean, they don't really have a good receiving core at all. Their tight ends, like Jonnu Smith, has been horrible. Like, and their running game is all over the place.
Once
I
Jonnu
don't
like
see it.
figures it out a little more, I think he's going to be big in the red zone.
He's been in the league like 8 years.
Yeah, he's been dropping a shit ton of passes. That you can
This
fix
is
that.
bad.
You can fix that though. Like that's something you can just change. People just drop stuff early. Jamar Chase sucked in preseason. Now he's catching everything. Like you can tighten that up.
And he has talent. That's why.
Jonnu's fine.
I remember you loving Jonnu before the season, Kyle.
I was wrong.
Oh.
Speaking of things I was wrong about, or seemingly wrong about, I guess I was going to originally narrow it down to just the Cardinals, but kind of just the NFC West in general so far. I thought the Rams would be great, but the Cardinals are blowing me away. I am stunned by how good they have been, and they absolutely took it to the Rams, which I don't think anybody saw coming. So I'm going to give them his credit, or them their credit. I will still not be giving Cliff Kingsbury his credit, because if you actually watch the offense, it feels like everything Kyler does is in spite of Cliff Kingsbury. Like, it's all like these broken plays where Kyler's extending, and he's so good, he just makes it work.
This is, I don't know if this is what you learned this week, but verbatim, this is what I have written down for what I learned this week. I have severely underrated Kyler Murray, and in part, I've underrated the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But like Kyler Murray is so fucking good. The way he's playing right now is like Pat Mahomes-esque, you know, like what people think about when they watch and think of Pat Mahomes. That's exactly what Kyler Murray is doing right now, in spite of his head coach.
So I had a lot. This was my second what I learned. Glad I went with Mac Jones then. But so I will agree. I had them getting last in the division. They aren't going to get last in the division now. They look awesome. They look great. But there's a but with this. I think they're peaking too early. How much better can they get down the season? Because you see the teams that go on the real runs peak going into the postseason because they improve throughout the season. How much better can the Cardinals get?
Here's the thing, too. You want to talk teams that are not built for, like, December football? Number one on that list is Arizona.
Yeah.
They don't have a good offensive line. They really don't have a good running game. And if you think Kyler can do what he's doing, and he might be able to, like, he's really good. He might be able to do it, but, like, that's a lot to ask for one guy to carry your team like this. It's just,
and
it doesn't feel sustainable. It's been good. It's been good.
It's been I feel like an average NFL defense. I don't know the stats or anything.
But do you think JJ Watt's going to be healthy all year? Because I don't.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, so that's why like they're gonna power rankings all year long. They're gonna be a flashy team that gets a lot of wins, and they're gonna stay number one in the power rankings for quite some time. But I just still don't think that they're a serious contender yet. And maybe, I don't know. I still just don't think that we see these kind of teams a lot. So yeah, that's why like they look amazing right now. But I want to see it come week 18, week 17, right before the playoffs. I want to see you still doing this. And I don't think it's it could happen, but I don't think it's very likely, I guess.
I don't think so either, but what that offense is doing right now is like incredible. I saw a tweet earlier today from I think StatMuse, but they are first in yards, points, and second in touchdowns scored. Like their offense is no fucking joke.
Kyler's not like ahead of the MVP race right now. Like he has to be, right? Like
it's
pretty clear.
Him or Derek Carr, right?
Oh, I mean,
last week.
not after Monday night. I don't know if we can do that.
Okay, so I'm getting all my odds from Bet Online, and so take this with a grain of salt, because there's a Cowboys skew to this stuff. So Dak Prescott is number one on here, which is,
I mean, he's been really good.
He's been fine.
I don't think he's MVP.
They're a run-first team.
Yep.
I just don't think he can be MVP on a run-first. Like, he had 4 touchdowns last week. He also had, like, 180 yards. So I don't see that at all. Then they have Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen after that, and then Kyler. Feels a little weird to me.
Yeah. Holy
especially Josh Allen. He got benched this week for Mitch Trubisky.
Shut up.
No, I would. Wow, at number 4, man, I would put money on Kyler then. Wow, holy shit.
It's interesting.
Wow, I am really.
I think
surprised.
there probably is a little skepticism of whether or not they can
do it the whole
this up, or
season,
they can keep this up.
Yeah.
But still, odds are usually reflected by what the public is betting, at least to a degree.
So
and it doesn't seem like everybody is buying in quite yet either. So who knows?
I tell you what,
So
if I was betting futures, I would still be putting my money on Pat Mahomes. That's just me, but
you're crazy.
Yeah.
So Fenner, what you learned was the same as Kyle's.
Yeah. I think so. We didn't do this on the podcast, but like a couple weeks ago, we just ranked like our quarterback tiers or whatever. And I think I had Kyler in I had him in A tier, with Matt Stafford. And I think both those guys are probably up a tier, so.
Yeah. We'll have to like revisit that sometime mid-season, see what we're thinking, because I would change a lot for mine too. I put Mac Jones S tier. Stuff like that, I think, would just be changes that we would do.
Look, after last week, you might have to put Daniel Jones S tier. The Daniel Jones tier is moving up, man.
Daniel Jones tier is suddenly A tier. That's just what it is now.
I love to give Daniel Jones a lot of shit, and I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
But he went into New Orleans and balled last week, and there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Also, Daniel Jones, those are very pretty deep ball. Like that ball he had to John Ross, that was a thing of art.
To John Ross.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's the weirdest part about that.
Yeah.
Listen, I have been burned by John Ross too many times. I was a former John Ross stan. I was also a Dante Pettis stan, so maybe players I like probably just don't have much good luck.
Or are very good.
It's everybody else. It's not them. Kyle Shanahan ruined Dante Pettis, and the world failed John Ross.
I believe society. But hey, let's get into this week, and I think the first thing we have to talk about is Kyle's background. Let's talk a little Urban Meyer. It's not good.
This is even worse than I thought.
Yep.
Like, I really just expected Urban to like keep his head down and just have a terrible season. He's having a terrible season and just doing everything else that comes along with it. So obviously what happened over the weekend, in case anybody didn't know, is Urban Meyer got into a little hot water over a lap dance with maybe some extracurricular activity from the hands of Urban Meyer. I haven't confirmed that one myself, Zach.
Yep.
Zach
I can confirm it. Yeah. I can confirm it. So I think you're missing a very important detail here. That was, instead of flying back to Florida, he took his own plane to go to Ohio, where he's worshipped, and I guess this woman, and he is knuckles deep. So this weird, creepy motherfucker, what a disaster. Like, and we called this, but like...
Listen, we called it. I don't think we could have seen this one.
This is bad.
I did not expect Urban Meyer to get beat so bad that he needed to get a tug on camera. So he's just not doing well here. Yeah, that's the craziest thing. So because the game was in Cincinnati, right? So he stays in Ohio instead of going back with his own team. I mean, what coach worth their salt isn't in the building the next morning at 8 a.m. and having people in and out of his office trying to figure out, hey, what the hell just happened? Why is our team 0-4? What can we do moving forward? Instead, you stay back and go to some like local sports bar that looks like I'm assuming
it's not just some local sports bar. They fucking love Urban Meyer there. There's a picture above the bar of Urban Meyer embracing his wife.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Are you kidding me?
No, I am not kidding. I'll see if I can find the picture.
That's probably why he went there. He needed a little ego boost after,
Yeah.
because everyone's tearing this man
What a
apart.
sad man. What a
So
sad
sad.
man. I am very much. I called it I called my shot in the group chat this morning. Urban Meyer does not coach after the next 3 games. 3 games
I think that's
max.
yeah. You know,
This is embarrassing. And you could tell the owner is very fed up with it. You have anonymous Jags players saying nobody respects him.
mhm.
I mean, it's a joke. The whole thing's a farce. And everybody in the world saw this coming except Shad Khan, owner of the Jags. It's crazy to me.
That's like I saw a tweet where it's like there've been like tons of like closed door talks and none of them have been about the game coming up this week. And that is why my lock, I am smashing this fucking lock on the Titans because like I don't care that the Titans just look like such a joke against the Jets. I don't care because the Jaguars are a whole new mess. Like this is bad, dude. Like not only they were already such a bad team with a bad coach, you add this distraction to the mix with a hurt DJ Chark. Like who gives a fuck? Like I can't imagine giving a fuck on that team.
Poor Trevor Lawrence.
I'm telling you, like he needs to like take a year off and go to therapy for like a year after this whole situation. The man had never lost a regular season game in his life. And now he's 0-4 with all of this shit going on. You were the number 1 pick, the savior, and you probably aren't winning Rookie of the Year. It's bad. It's
And
bad.
they brought in Herb.
And they brought in the Herb. Oh my god.
Watch this coaching staff has enough like former head coaches and other guys who've been in the NFL a long time. Like it's a gigantic coaching staff.
Mhm.
Once Urban goes, I really could see this team actually turning it around fairly quickly.
I agree. I think we talked about it a little before the year. I think we talked about it a little on the podcast too. The Jaguars could be a team that before the season, before all this happened, we said could surprise you a little bit, get a couple wins here and there. And I still believe it. But man, I don't believe with Urban Meyer.
I bet Travis Etienne is very happy he got off-season surgery.
Basically redshirted.
Yeah, he doesn't have to take a beating for Urban Meyer. I mean, what a joke. I hate the Jags. I can't root for him at all. It sucks.
Yeah.
I don't hate I hate that Urban Meyer is their coach because they have so many cool players. Mm-hmm. Trevor Lawrence, I like James Robinson, Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark. Like they have cool players on their team, but
Josh Allen,
yeah.
Yeah. So that was my just looking at this like. Let me tell you, Titans don't look good, but man, they look a lot better than the Jaguars.
Real talk, do you guys like good Thursday night games?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like any football on Thursday.
I don't. I don't think the NFL should ever have a divisional game be on a Thursday. It doesn't really seem fair.
Like schedule-wise, like getting that extra break?
No, I'm saying for such an important game, and then you only have 3 days to prepare, that just doesn't sit with me right. So I don't like them having divisional games on Thursdays. And that being said, like Rams-Seahawks projects to be a very good game. I don't want it on a Thursday night.
I just love Thursday. I love Thursday right before your Friday. Kick it in with some football. I really do love Thursday night football. I get the argument of it being like you only get a couple of days. I get it.
I want to see a trashy game on Thursday. I need that little primer. I need a little taste of some shitty football, and it gets me really in the mood for good football on Sunday.
Prefer it to be Friday night football.
Friday night football would be cool too.
Yeah, Friday night football would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you have a couple beers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
listen,
hey, I'll tell you what, I'll have a couple beers. Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna have a couple beers after this podcast, so like I don't need an excuse.
Right. I didn't realize Rams Seahawks was this got to be like They put the good ones on like Fox's Thursday night. They leave the shitty ones on NFL Network. So, damn, that's cool though. Wow, I didn't even watch last Thursday Night Football though. It was so bad. I didn't give
Not
a shit.
a second.
Yeah, did not care.
Also, for some reason, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the ratings for Thursday night games this year, even though it's been a terrible schedule, have been through the roof.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
people just love football and love that it's back. Like that's just an NFL thing. Like plus,
But it's like breaking records. I just don't understand what they're doing differently.
I just think sports betting is so big, and Thursday night it's almost the weekend. People are probably just getting drunk and watching the game.
I don't. Do you like see that on Twitter? Are you paying attention to ratings for TV?
I mean,
shows
I see
and
like
stuff?
Ian Rappaport tweet about it.
Okay.
I'm always
I don't
intrigued
care.
at what.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's something that really. I never go out of my way to look up ratings for things, but I just thought in this one particular case, it was just like, that's interesting.
It makes sense because like I'll like listen to podcasts or hear people talking about that or see it on Twitter, and it's like in my brain it only makes sense that like ratings are constantly always going to be going up, especially for sports, because I don't think sports are ever going to die. Like they're never going to not popular. And there are just like it's just so much easier to watch games now, you know.
I don't know I don't know if I agree with that because like streaming, yeah, it is easy to get streaming, but like real, I don't know how I think about.
They do
like,
ratings. Do they include like online streams, like people who have YouTube TV and Fubo TV, all that sort of stuff?
I don't think so.
They can easily calculate
because that's a big reason why NBA ratings are like pretty bad. They say like that's a huge reason. That's why like, but this agreement they have right now, they're kind of like their arms are kind of behind their back right now. But because they're like so many people NBA fans stream. So it doesn't like fully show you how many people are loving like the NBA right now because they're streaming it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I don't think they can do anything like that. But
what's it called? The Nielsen rating? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You get the Nielsen box. I can't believe they still do that. That's crazy to me.
It makes no sense to me.
So as much as I'm not I'll watch, but I'm not like a super big Thursday night guy. What I am, big time,
Sunday morning guy.
NFL in London.
Mm-hmm.
That starts again this week, and I am so excited. There's nothing better than waking up just before 8:30.
Oh, I wake up like halftime. I love waking up.
Coffee going. You have NFL in the background while you're having a couple eggs on the oven and on the oven. I'm gonna
couple eggs on the oven.
Yeah. A couple oven eggs.
Kind of the same thing. Yeah. But oh my God, there's nothing better. Nothing better to waking up to football. It's the perfect primer.
See, I don't like waking up that early, but I like wake up at halftime and already see how my fantasy. I've already got like points on there. I like jumping in on a London game. It does get me excited because it's even more hours of football.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people in London like love or hate the NFL?
I think they like it.
I think they do too, but I think they might be upset when they realize like it's always the Jags or the Jets that are.
Turns out they have no idea. They have no clue. They're like, this is the best.
Yeah, this Zach Wilson guy. Yeah. He's got to be the best quarterback ever, right?
Yeah.
Listen, what my favorite thing is you'll never hear a stadium get more excited for a 35-yard field goal than in Wembley.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even realize it's always like Jets or Jaguars.
And Brody, they get Zach Wilson versus Matt Ryan this week, and that is a travesty.
And then next week they get Jacoby Brissett versus Trevor Lawrence.
They didn't have London games last year, did they?
No, they didn't. Unfortunately.
That's nice to see back.
A good little homecoming. Zach Wilson. Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm actually kind of interested in this game. Like, do you think the Jets have any chance to pull off 2 in a row here?
No.
Oh God, yeah.
I think they do.
I think the
Falcons
Jets stink.
are horrible.
Yeah, Jets still suck too.
No, I genuinely think there's a world I think the Jets might be a better team than the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a disaster.
I don't know if necessarily I can say they're a better team, but Atlanta's defense is maybe not quite as bad as Tennessee's defense, but comparably bad. And Zach Wilson and the Jets were able to move the football points against them, so I can't imagine they're not going to be able to do it against the Falcons.
Matt Ryan started looking a little better last week. And so, yeah, that's the only...
Well, the thing is, good against, honestly, which is a shockingly bad Washington defense, though.
That's a good point, yeah. No, not at all me. I had them easily winning the division because of their defense, but holy shit, they suck. Oh, disappointing. I really liked the football team going into the season.
So
it is kind of funny that the offense is the best part of that team. Taylor Heineke is legit.
Yeah.
I think he's good. He's good.
He will just toss up some balls to Terry McLaurin, and I love it. I love it.
I don't think Taylor Heineke's good. I think he is super fun to watch, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like a firecracker. You don't know what he's gonna do.
That across the field throw he had at the end of the game to J.D. McKissick was electric.
Yeah,
in overtime. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's cool. He's pretty cool. He honestly should just keep the starting job once Fitzpatrick's healthy.
I mean,
absolutely,
they're the same guy.
What I'd argue one's a little better.
Same.
I mean, they both play like absolute madmen.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's just younger.
He definitely takes after Fitzpatrick. I think he's gonna have a nice Fitzpatrick-y kind of career.
Good. He's sick. He was on the Pat McAfee show this week, and it was just cool hearing him. He's like, yeah, before every season, it was a lot of anxiety about where my next check was and if I was gonna get it. He's like, so it was nice going into this season knowing that I've got a good chunk of change out there for me. And I thought that was just cool, seeing someone that. It's really sick. So I'm a big Heineke fan, and I hope they can pull it off against the Saints. Don't think they can, but maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
I'm just looking at the slate, and it's not that good. There's two games. There's two games. The Thursday game sticks out, but then there's two other games that really stick out to me. Number one, it's Browns-Chargers.
Yes.
That is a super intriguing game. Feels like the strength of the Chargers offense against the strength of Cleveland's defense. I really think that's an interesting one. And then obviously the marquee is Bills-Chiefs.
I think Niners-Cardinals is also interesting.
Niners-Cardinals and Broncos.
Lance is playing it.
Broncos-Steelers. Because the Broncos might just put the Steelers in the dirt. The Broncos could put them in the dirt. If the Steelers lose this, they're done.
Is there any chance Teddy B plays?
I don't think
because he got a concussion, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's Drew Lock. I don't think that changes the team.
I think that does change the team.
It's going to be a stinky football game to watch, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But, man, I just want to see the Broncos put them in the dirt. End the Steelers. I'm sick of it. Man, just end it. Because they're done in my book if they lose this game. Done.
Yeah,
I think they've been done. This team does not have postseason in its future.
Yeah, I mean they are. Man, they suck.
Things I was really wrong about. I didn't really necessarily think the Steelers would be great this year, but I thought their offense was going to be a lot more improved than what we saw last year, and it's just not at all better. I mean, it's a disaster.
Yeah, it's bad all around. Just a miserable team.
It's a Deontay Johnson. If he makes a play after catching a 2-yard pass, if he doesn't make a play, then they have no hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. A game that will be really fun to watch, even if.
Can I read your mind?
Yeah.
Is it Eagles-Panthers?
No, but not bad. Not bad.
I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that could be, yeah. Panthers are fun. Hey, even though they lost, both the Cowboys and Panthers won me over. Even though they lost, I think they both won me over in that game. because I was like,
Yeah.
damn, Panthers can hang. And
I don't think they really. I think that final score is deceiving. I don't think they were in that game at all.
the only reason why I feel that way is because the Cowboys just really jumped out. Like they're like
The Cowboys are
always scoring.
legit. That's what I took away from that game. The Cowboys they're just just straight up a very good football team. Their defense is a lot better than anybody thought it would be. Trayvon Diggs is like defensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because we all saw that coming, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
crazy.
The Cowboys are officially in the top tier of the NFC. Who would you guys put all there? Because Rams, Packers, Cardinals, Cowboys, Buccaneers. I think that's a pretty good 5. I feel good with that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing anybody. Yeah, I can't think of a team.
I think those 5 teams, too, definitely stick
The
out.
Vikings are interesting.
I don't think so.
I just don't buy it.
Listen, it's funny because like going into the season, like I hated the Vikings.
I did too. Still do.
Yep.
They look better than I thought they would. I'm giving them credit. Like I think that's a playoff team.
They're 1-4 right now, right?
I don't think they're a playoff team. I think the 3 wild card teams are coming out of the NFC West.
So because they're 1-4 right now.
Wow, they are 1-3. They feel
1-3,
like they've played
1-3,
better than
yeah.
a 1-3. I don't know.
No,
Well, to be fair, they lost on a missed field goal. One game.
Yeah.
that is fair. Yeah, but
Could
yeah,
easily be
I
3-2.
don't. Because then you gotta think. Because I think the Packers are beating them both times. That's 1-5. Like I don't know. Are they gonna win every other game? I don't even know if they're gonna beat the Bears when they play them. I don't even know. Like even the Lions could put up a fight, but I don't know. I don't think they're making playoffs. And I want them to keep losing because I'll tell you what, I need Mike Zimmer fired before Urban. I need him gone.
Good luck with that.
I get $90 with this. I need this.
Oh my god, he is so toast.
If Urban Meyer quits, does that?
I don't
Does
know.
he? Okay, I was. If
I
it's
think
first
the
coach
wording, I
fired
think the verbiage
or
of it
fired?
actually had it.
it's fired.
know.
That's
That's
what the
what-
bet is.
I
It's
thought it
fired.
was-
Okay.
I
The
don't
bet
think
that
so.
I have is fired. That's what I
Okay.
have. First
Okay.
one, fired. So
Okay. Then that leads me to believe that if Urban Meyer just quits, then you're still on the board.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
would love that. Love that. The only problem is like why I feel like it's unlikely and probably why I got such good odds on it. The Vikings seem to love Mike Zimmer. They seem to like really like him. I don't think they're gonna fire him. I think they'll
I
just
think he's
at
a
the end
good
of the
coach.
season. I think he's fine.
I don't know.
I think he's fine. Like
I think at the end of the day, being head coach just comes down to like leadership quality and getting your guys like shit together. I think he does a good job of that. I think he's a good coach.
Is that why they're 1-3?
yeah. He's
Well,
really
like
getting
you
their
just
shit
said,
together.
There's some extenuating circumstances. It is what
Yeah.
it is, but
I don't know.
I don't want to come on here and be Mr. Viking defender. That's not my MO.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't think they're nearly as bad as their record indicates.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case either. Like it's still early. There have only been 4 games played, but like I
They
just
played the
don't.
Browns tough.
I don't. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they did. I just don't see them as a playoff team. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they're like bottom barrel or
No.
anything.
There's just a
Like
lot
they're
of
not like the
spots-
Texans or the Jags or the Jets.
No,
But like they're not. I think the NFC is so good. Like you have to be a legitimately good team to be in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yes.
well, there's also an extra playoff team this year, and there's gonna be.
There was one last year too, though, and we just named 5 teams that are legit competitors. You have 3 more spots in there.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
one
and
of
I
them
think
is
like-
2 of them are going to be the Seahawks and the Niners. I think
I'm
that
very curious
Right.
about the Seahawks. We're in a like, because they beat the Niners. It did not look impressive.
It was
but they beat 'em.
bad.
They did beat them. It was. I just don't. There's something weird about that team.
I'll tell you
always
what.
is.
When they play again and Trey Lance has more time, they are not beating the Niners. Assuming Trey Lance is still the starter and Shanahan doesn't do some stupid shit, which is no
Or
safe
assuming
assumption.
Trey Lance is good.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
want him to be good, but who knows?
He looked pretty lost when he came in.
Yeah, but to be fair, like he wasn't anticipating playing, you know?
Right. Wow. I mean, you're backup. You always anticipate playing.
Well, as a rookie, you get thrown in the middle of a game. You know, I imagine you're flustered.
The difference is Jimmy Garoppolo always is flustered, even though it's like his fucking 9th year in the league. And when he gets flustered, he just throws a pick or fumbles or misses a wide open guy. Trey Lance will just take off and run. So, like, even when Trey Lance isn't playing perfectly, it almost doesn't even matter because having that tool in the bag just makes you so hard to defend.
Also, being Trey Lance, like this has to be crazy for him because he went from playing one game at NDSU last year to being drafted 4th overall and is now going to be starting in the NFL. Like,
for the Niners, too.
Yeah, he didn't go to a massive school. He only played one game his last year in college. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's probably going to be a significant learning curve with him.
Dude, I know this is an easy comparison to make, but this is like the most extended watching I've had of Trey Lance so far. And the way he runs, his throwing motion, like even like his build, he looks exactly like Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. I mean, he's literally a clone of Kaepernick, just minus the tattoos and the afro. He looks dead same. It's that same long throwing motion. Lanky as hell. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it looks like, especially on that touchdown run he had against the Packers. I was like, don't put him in full time. He will, he will do things to us.
It's such an easy comparison to make, but it's so true. I mean, he looks dead like him.
Yeah, no, yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I am curious now. Like now that we've talked about it, because we named those 5, and we all agree those 5 teams, top of the NFC. I think we can safely say that those are going to be playoff teams unless a big injury happens. That leaves 3 spots left. Seahawks, Niners, Vikings. Then you're pushing out the Panthers, who are also playing well.
They haven't. The thing, it's not that I don't believe in the Panthers. I do to a degree, but like they haven't played anybody outside of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I want to see more from them. I'm not convinced yet. I don't believe in the Saints.
I don't either, but I think they're closer. See, I think that's like kind of how I view the Vikings, where I could see them making a jump into maybe being a wild card, but I still just don't think so.
At least with the Saints, I see the path to them being good, though. Like, if Michael Thomas comes back and he's Michael Thomas, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like, and the defense can get healthy. I could see a world where the Saints really turn it around, but like at this point, Jameis Winston is not Drew Brees.
No. They've also neutered Jameis Winston.
They have.
They neutered him, but he like doesn't even check down to Kamara either. I don't really know what the hell Jameis is now.
They massacred
I don't know what
my
to make
boy.
of it. Honestly, I hate to say it. Taysom Hill might be better than Jameis Winston. And did you watch Taysom Hill last week? He had a couple runs that were like Saquon Barkley-esque with the amount of just raw tackles he broke. It was insane.
I know, I hate it, because like that just makes Sean Payton want to do it more and more.
Right, but like you got to give it up at least for 1 week. It made sense.
It looked good. Bulldozer. Yeah. Every time I feel like they were cutting to the Saints, it's like, great, what's Taysom doing?
I think he should just be the starting quarterback on that team. I think he gives them so many more options.
I'd have to see what it looks like.
Maybe Sean Payton wouldn't pull Jameis aside when he throws a touchdown pass and says, "Don't do that." Like, come on.
I mean, did you see the touchdown pass?
It was a touchdown. I get it.
Yeah.
But like that, I feel like you had to know what you were getting into when you signed Jameis Winston and then you decided to start him this year.
Yeah.
If you want the ups of Jameis Winston, you have to deal with some of the faults.
It's true.
That's just the way it is.
That's why you got to let him loose. If you wanted your safe cornerback, then you should have just went with Taysom. Go
with somebody else.
Yeah.
I've seen what letting Jameis loose do, and he throws 30 interceptions. And
he throws 30 touchdowns and
loses
5,000
yards games.
Well, you know what? He has a better defense now than he did in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
He has
I don't know about
coach.
that because the year after he left, the Tampa Bay won the fucking
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
no one gets better ever.
After he left.
Yeah. No one ever improves.
That defense wasn't similar the year before. You're crazy.
It wasn't the same defense.
Yeah, not even.
Who did they sign differently in the offseason between? I'm telling you,
I will admit, I have no fucking idea.
Right, but that was a very good defense even when Jameis was there. He just threw, like I said, 30 interceptions.
Defenses fluctuate so much, though.
Yes.
Like,
Even
so much.
Like the Bucs defense, you're worried about it, right? They brought back every single starter on the defense.
Yeah, but the difference this year is that, like, all of them are hurt. They have, like, their top 4 corners and a safety hurt. That makes sense. I get why they're bad this year. And they're still the best against the run.
Regardless of injury, defense is the hardest thing to recreate every single year.
Yeah, so it's not like Jameis had a Super Bowl defense.
Going back to Jameis, like, now, since you don't have the explosiveness, the ceiling of Jameis, his floor is bad. So you basically just have, like, he's not hitting his floor, he's not hitting his ceiling. So you just have
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Yeah,
quarterback that, like, he's bad.
Yeah,
he's bad.
It's frustrating.
The thing is, I think when it comes to Jameis, like, his floor is married to his ceiling. Like, I don't think there's a world. The LASIK surgery did not help. There's no world there.
We don't know because he hasn't been unleashed.
Right?
Yet.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, this has been pretty obvious.
Playing him like a ventriloquist. He's got his hand up his ass, calling all the fucking shots. Just let him be Jameis.
Yeah.
I also trust Sean Payton, and I think there's a reason he has his fist so far up Jameis's ass, because when it's not, Jameis loses.
But I think that's also part of the reason that, like, so Sean Payton, admittedly, very smart guy, very good coach, right? I think there's a reason he's starting Jameis because he knows that Jameis can be like that dude.
Yeah.
Well, then where is it?
But he's just not letting him do it because he's so concerned about what might happen if Jameis reverts back to what he did in Tampa Bay.
It is still.
He also was throwing to Marquez Callaway. Like, what?
You're right.
I will give
the weapons of he should be doing more checkdowns for sure.
Right.
Kamara is not getting
the ball. How is Kamara not more involved? That's the thing where it's like, okay, yeah, you don't have the weapons, so how about you funnel it to your weapon then? Like, let's go.
Yeah. I think I still, like, give it a little time. We need to see more about the Saints. I still think they can fight for a wild card. I don't think they're going to get it, but I want to see more of the Saints. They still don't make sense to me.
This team is, I don't think they're any worse than 7-9, and I don't think they're any better than 9-7.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 9-7 doesn't exist either, so.
Or 7-9.
Oh yeah.
So I guess technically,
my brain literally can't readjust. I should say 8-9 or like 9-8.
Yeah.
They're very much in that zone for me.
Any other games we're excited for, or anything noteworthy?
We gotta talk some Chiefs Bills.
Oh yeah. We've just been saving that, I guess. Yeah, Bills.
The Bills feel like a more complete team right now.
Though
it's on the road. Being in Meadowland is a big deal.
Wasn't a big deal for Justin Herbert.
Or Arrowhead, sorry.
Wasn't a big deal for Justin Herbert. I really like the Bills. Everyone has that game that they circle. And it just happens to be, for most teams, the Chiefs. And I don't feel bad one bit. I don't feel bad because you are still the big dog. And everyone's going to go after you. I know the Bills are ready for this. And the Chiefs, congrats, you beat the Eagles. You want to know who embarrassed the Eagles on primetime? The Cowboys. Cowboys are looking better than the Chiefs right now. Bills, one of the hotter teams in the league. Probably a top 3 team right now, if not number 2. Going in with a full head of steam on Sunday night, I like the Bills.
To me, a lot of it's coming down to this Chiefs defense is terrible.
Bad.
It's really, really bad. And if Josh Allen can just be Josh Allen, I don't see a reason the Bills should lose this game. but I just feel like every time that Josh Allen plays Mahomes, and he doesn't play like himself. Like he doesn't. I feel like he beats the hell out of the bad teams. I really want to see Josh Allen like take that step against a marquee team.
Very similar, and we might be seeing this again. But that's exactly how I felt with Lamar and the Ravens. And then they did it. They beat the Chiefs. I think I need to see it with the Bills, and I think they can. If there's ever a time to do it, it's right now.
Like, my brain tells me it should be the Bills, but I just have a weird feeling the Chiefs might really get the best of them.
I think that, like, I think maybe I'm, like, I don't know if it's brainwashed or if I'm just stupid or what, but I think the Chiefs could be, like, the Chiefs could lose their next, like, 6 games, and I would still pick them to win the very next game. I just think the Chiefs are so goddamn good. Like, when everything is clicking, and it doesn't seem to not be clicking often, and if it does, it doesn't last for too long. I just can't see them, like, playing this, like, it's not like they're playing poorly. Their offense isn't playing poorly. They scored 28 points on 48 plays last week. So, I don't know.
So I think we need to define what we mean by when we say the Chiefs are still so good. Only because I still have Rams Chiefs. I'm not backing down from my Super Bowl pick. But when I say the Chiefs are still so good, it's not the team in general. It's Pat Mahomes and his weapons. I'm not talking that defense because that shit sucks.
You know what this conversation is? It's the conversation we've been having for the last 10 years about the Packers.
It is literally
the same thing.
This is so 2011, except not near. Obviously, 2011 was 15-1, very different. But it feels very similar with like the fact, or maybe like the 2012, 2013 Packers, where Aaron is still so good, prime of his career. Pat Mahomes is still so good, prime of his career, got his weapons. Can he overcome a shitty defense? And we'll just have to see where this goes with this team. The only what was that?
I was gonna say that just like comparing Pat Mahomes to Aaron Rodgers, like that's what's scary. Like Pat Mahomes in his prime of his career, he's 25. He might not even be as good as he's going to be right now.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird question.
That's a scary thought.
It reminds me a lot of like what people are even saying like right now about Giannis. Like he's turning 28, and it's like people are like, could he get better? But
the thing with Mahomes is that he's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that is going to do this for 15 more years.
I don't know where that's coming from. I
don't know. It just doesn't. I have nothing to really base this off of. But, like, I just, for some reason, when a lot of Mahomes, I just don't see, like, the killer instinct in him. Maybe it's just, I've seen so much Tom Brady that I might have my brain poisoned.
And we've never seen Pat Mahomes, like, be on, like, a bad or underdog team. Like, it might be different when his team isn't constantly favored for everything and he doesn't maybe have Andy Reid as his head coach, you know?
That's the thing where I want to see what post-Reid Mahomes ends up looking like. I think that's really interesting.
I'm more interested in post Kelsey and Tyreek Hill Mahomes. That I want to see different weapons. I want to see what it looks like with like different weapons.
How old is Kelsey now? He's getting.
He's 30. He's
Mahomes
30.
would still look pretty good with Devontae Adams.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
You literally have the best receiver in the league. But like, I would like to see.
They have Kelsey locked up through 2026.
Yeah, and I think they have Tyreek Hill locked up like just as long.
So and unless they just fall off,
which could easily
the thing is
happen.
with Kelsey, it could happen.
I thought it could have happened this year.
I don't see it with Tyreek.
How old is Tyreek Hill?
Not
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll be doing this for a long time.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He will be bullying teams for a very long time.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess I just want to see what he would be like with other weapons. But I guess Kelsey will fall off sooner than later. I don't even know if he lives out that contract with being like that.
He's 32.
Effective. 32. I thought it was just 30.
Wow.
That is, he is at, he's probably got like 2 more years of being like that effective.
I don't know. When you're a tight end, I feel like when it goes fast.
It does. And
that's a lot of mileage on his body too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy to think that him and Gronk are the same age, and Gronk's like when Gronk hit that cliff, it was straight down,
and then it was straight back up,
and then then right back.
So up. I don't know what to make of that either, because it does not feel like, I thought Gronk was beyond cooked. I don't know anymore, man.
Yeah.
Though a few fractured ribs and a punctured lung might have something to say.
No kidding. We got any other thoughts for the people?
I think the Packers are going to slaughter the Bengals.
I think so too.
That could be a trap game.
You can't just say any good team versus a bad team's a trap game.
Could be a trap.
Well, I mean, I have reasons to say it. I mean, we're going into Cincinnati. We're coming off a big win. I just feel like
nasty.
I think this is a game where, like, I think we might be overlooking the Bengals a little bit. Which,
who do we play next week?
I'm not sure. But the Packers clearly overlooked the Saints week 1. I'm just saying it could be. I think it's going to be. I think we'll win. I think it's just a slightly close game.
I think it's a high-scoring game. I don't know if we can really, especially without Jair, I don't know if we can really cover someone like Jamar Chase. Though Eric Stokes is looking good. I'm really excited to see him the rest of the season. He's looking very good.
And Joe Mixon might be gone. If Joe Mixon doesn't play,
Samaje P. Ryan's going to give us the business.
Yeah.
I honestly hope Joe Mixon plays.
And Captain America, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
No. All right. What else
Locks.
we got? Yeah, locks. I said Titans. I'm going with Titans.
My lock is the Patriots. Patriots over the Texans. That Texans team
Houston, isn't it?
Bad. Yeah,
I've seen what Bill Belichick does to rookie quarterbacks, and
so he did to Tom Brady.
I'd be honest, if you could guarantee me that Drew Lock is starting for the Broncos, I'm tempted to go Steelers. Because I don't think, I'm serious. I know what the Steelers are, but I also know what Drew Lock is. And if the Steelers can do one thing well, it's generate turnovers. I don't like that game for the Broncos. If it's Bridgewater, I think that's a huge difference.
Well, I can pretty much myself tell you right now, Drew Lock is starting.
If Drew Lock is starting, I will go Steelers.
Holy shit.
One thing I need to say here. So we have this survivor pool that we do with our friends. The picks we make on here are the picks that we need to live with in our pool, right?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say
do Steelers. Do Steelers. Yeah.
Oh, I'll flip. I got no problem flipping.
No,
we're
we're giving out our locks, our survivor picks to the people, the nice people listening to this podcast, and you, in bad faith, flip on them. That seems very disingenuous.
Yeah. We need to be transparent with the people here.
We do.
Yep.
Listen, I did it last week because
you're a liar. I get it. No, I get
the
it.
Titans ended up having their top 2 receivers be out. I didn't know that.
They were questionable. AJ Brown wasn't going to play, and Julio Jones was leaning towards not playing. So
no, there was not leaning towards anything on a fucking Tuesday. You've lost your mind. You've lost the plot.
No.
Oh goodness gracious. Fine. I will tail you guys on the Titans.
Okay.
Or I'll tail Zach on the Titans.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
And you're gonna stick with it?
Maybe.
Hey, what a scumbag you are!
Hey, you want to get into some Survivor talk? Well, apparently Fenner, after the game on Thursday, who didn't write down his. No, let me finish.
No, get this right. Then I will let you finish. Me and Jake were on Discord. Me and our buddy Jake, we were watching the game on Discord together. The Jaguars were winning by 14 points, and he goes, "Oh shit, the Jags are winning by 14." Because he just turned it on. I just hopped on Discord. He goes, "Oh shit, the Jags are winning by 14." I was like, "Well, that's not good for me. The Bengals are my survivor pick."
Oh yeah, so one person heard your survivor pick. Maybe you probably just should have wrote it down
You
before the game so that
Also,
everybody
both
knows.
heard it, and everybody who listened to this podcast heard it.
Maybe make sure to write that one down then.
Sure, whatever.
All right, so
I'm sticking with my picks.
Titans for Payton and I, Patriots for Fenner. I think Patriots is a good one. I think that's good.
Crazy that Kyle's able to pick the Titans for
You know
Survivor
what?
2 weeks in a row.
I'm actually flipping. I will commit to the Patriots. They will be my survivor pick this week.
Okay,
right.
That's fair.
I don't see a world where Davis Mills can beat the Patriots.
No,
no.
that's an easy pick.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it here from the Farmcast. You heard our locks here. We'll see what Kyle ends up going with.
We'll tell you on Tuesday.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want more NFL content from the Farmcast, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button and comment what your lock is. You know, maybe you're feeling maybe you're feeling Jags over Titans. We'll see. But yeah, make sure to follow the Farmcast at the Farmcast Pod too, and stay tuned for all NFL content and all Farmcast content in general. We'll see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. Bye.